Good.
I think we're good.
All right. Hi, everybody. Public Works meeting October 20th, 4:42 to discuss the bids received for our waste service collection and discuss and make recommendation for which option we should take. So we got a bid from Rumpke. That was the only bid we got, and Rumpke provided us with two options. You guys have seen the contract. Okay, so you see, one of the options is related to continue the level of service for rear of the house pickup, or the other option is to move collection of solid waste to the curb. So solid waste and recycling would be picked up curbside. Or the current option where we have solid waste at the rear of the premises option and recycling picked up curbside. I think the key thing that we need to notice on this is there's a $42,750 difference between the two options. So we need to discuss the options and make recommendation. If anybody has any comments they want to make, feel free.
I'm sorry, go ahead, Avi.
I was just going to say, so to confirm, option 2 would mean we could get rid of the sticker program, correct?
Well, that is a separate conversation.
That is in my committee. That's in finance
Right.
committee, just to look at that.
But it's part of this bid.
Well,
right?
but it also says here, Rumpke assumes it eliminates the program, but there's no change in rates. If we
Right.
don't.
So no matter what way we go on the stickers, it has no impact on the pricing bids from Rumpke.
Right. And when I look at from the last contract, correct me if I'm wrong, but I mean, both of these, so I mean, both of them went up. The option 1 went up pretty significantly, and the option 2 just not a little bit more, right? Am I looking at that right?
Yeah,
Comparative to 2018.
right. Let's see. The option 1 went up about approximately $25,000.
Okay. Yeah. As I see, 302 to 329.
Yeah.
Okay.
Honestly, I don't recall off the top of my head what the bid was for the other option, because we had.
It was, I have it. It was 273,600 for this similar option.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, because basically when we put it out for bid, and we discussed this in our other meeting, determining what we're going to put out for bid, there was this third option that involved resident providing their own container for curbside. And,
Yeah.
we discussed, since it's going to be out there, we'd want to have the consistency. I think, Avi, you had asked, having the same container provided by Rumpke for the solid waste might allow them to use a more, mechanical process with a truck. And unfortunately, the truck that they would use for that, the automatic lift of the cans and whatnot, does not work on our streets.
Okay.
Well, now hold on. It's not entirely. He's talking about the big arm that picks the can up, from the side and tips it.
Right,
I
right,
mean, they'll still be able to hitch this can to the back of the truck, and it will dump into the back.
right. But but
They
like,
won't wheel it up to the truck.
right.
Yeah.
But just almost taking the manpower right out of it.
Yeah, you're talking about where a guy doesn't have to get out of the truck.
Right.
The arm
Right,
does
which
the
is
whole
not-
thing. The guy still gets out of the truck.
Right.
Well, I would just say, and then I know Rob probably itching to talk, but for me, it's really hard to look at this with the sticker program and this as two separate issues. Because if we are going to propose back to council that we move to having trash on the curb, I mean, it is a significant price increase. I feel like we kind of need to know what we would be proposing back with regards to the sticker program at the same time. I feel like it's a lot easier sell for our villagers if this is our recommendation and we're eliminating the sticker program, because I mean, I just feel like we have to look at it a little bit more holistically.
So I would beg to differ. But I mean, the thing is, Avia, I think the sticker, that can be a very contentious thing. There's a lot of people who want to keep the stickers. So I know and there's a lot of people who want to get rid of the stickers, and they both feel very strongly about it.
Yes, they do.
And because the people who want to keep the stickers feel like if we move to 100% having it pay just through the Greater Cincinnati Waterworks, then those people who only have to put out garbage every other week are now subsidizing families who have to put out big families who have to put out a lot of garbage every week. So it is a contentious issue. I'm sorry, I'll say that, but it's a contentious issue right now. And it doesn't affect the price. The price is the same whether the sticker's there or not. So I think we can make a decision about whether we want to go curbside or not. And then I personally, again, I've said this before, I feel like we need to try and reach out to citizens to find out more about the sticker and how people feel about that. Because again, I've heard both sides, and again, people feel very strongly about on both sides of it too. So
Yeah, I mean, I do, I mean, respectfully disagree. I think that it should be looked at holistically. But I mean, that's just my opinion. How much did the sticker program bring in?
Oh, the sticker program, it's over 100,000. Yeah. Oh, it's around 100,000. You know, it varies.
I just think we need to be careful having the sticker conversation in this meeting.
It's not part of it. Yeah.
Not part of the agenda. So I think we just need to tread lightly on the sticker thing. I don't mean to.
Yeah, I mean, I would just say
light
when we
of
take
it,
this to
but-
council, I feel like we should have a holistic approach from both the sticker program as well as the trash program about what we'd be presenting to council at one time.
Well,
Regardless, if that's fine if it's 2 separate meetings. I just think we should really.
It's 2 separate committees. It's actually 2 separate committees.
Avia, let me ask you this. Are you sort of saying this because you feel like that if we were to move the garbage to the street, I mean, do you see that still as sort of being a contentious issue with a lot of residents?
I do. I mean, some people feel really strongly about it. I personally, don't either way, but I think it's like, okay, if we say we're going to move it to the street, but then, I just think we have to be able to, the whole program kind of all in one place, right? This is what we want to do. And this is how it's going to overall impact you. We have to really look at it holistically.
I guess I'm just sort of trying to suggest that if we were to decide to move it to the street, not to move it to the street, I'm not really sure, how the sticker option plays into that at this point. Like, let's say, we're going to move it to the street. Are you sort of suggesting that it makes it easier for them to say, or by the way, we're getting rid of stickers and we're moving it to the street? You think that's, more palatable?
I do. Yeah.
Okay. I'm just trying to get your.
Yeah, no, appreciate it. Yeah.
So Avia, there's actually another element too. There's a third element. So there's street, not street, there's sticker, not sticker. And there's a question of, and even with this savings, it's still not fully covering the cost. So that's another third question. And to be honest, we don't have time to answer all those questions and come forward with one solution, because we talked before how we want to do this in 3 readings. To go
I'm
through
just
this.
saying, I think we continue to look at issues in the village piecemeal. And I really feel like we need to take a more holistic approach. That's all.
Okay.
Well,
Yeah,
hey, Rob, I think Rob plans, tell me if I'm wrong, Rob, you're going to be sort of following up here real soon with the sticker meeting?
Not fast enough. No, Bill, I have not even got it on the agenda anywhere yet. No.
Okay.
So to answer your question, no.
No. All right.
I was viewing this as, because this decision is under a tighter timeline,
Right,
Right.
that like, I didn't want to slow this thing down
right.
by trying to bring the stickers into it, because again, I think that the sticker, I agree with Avia that I think taking it to the curb will have some contention. I don't, and this is just my feel, I have no data to base it on, but I think all of a sudden it would add even more people taking different spots if we tried to mix 2 different variables into this thing. It's like, okay, curb, sticker, no sticker, back, sticker, no sticker. That's 4 different options to talk about.
Right.
And there's people feel very differently about some of those. So I hear and understand and agree with what you're saying. Obviously, it'd be great to have a holistic, but I think there's so many variables. And then, like I said, there's another third variable about, okay, is it going to be covering 100% of the cost? Because We raised the fees for the annual fee previously. Finance committee did that. We raised it by $25 a household.
Right.
And that closed the gap some, but there was still, if I remember correctly, like $80,000 to $90,000 of difference between our total cost and our total revenue.
Right,
And
including
so-
what we were making from the stickers.
Correct. And so this closes it some, but it's still not closed all the way. We're still ballparkish, like $40,000 to the deficit on an ongoing basis.
And there are elements of even closing that I think would be discussed in the sticker meeting.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
And
So-
that's why I sort of think we should, and I do think too, Avia, I mean, Kelly, you can tell me if I'm right about this. We kind of have to decide this now because the contract runs out here the first of the year, correct?
Right, the timing, yeah, I mean, we need to make recommendation on the meeting Monday, and then we, can have 2 readings and we do a resolution, so we don't have to wait the additional 30 days.
Right.
But still, we don't want to wait till the last meeting. We need to leave room for discussion, and I just don't want to wait till the very last meeting of the year to, I'd like to get it done by the 3rd meeting.
Yeah, because we did talk
But yeah,
about,
time is of the essence.
Yeah, we
I mean,
don't-
we're
we
gonna
don't-
do,
we don't want to do it as an emergency. We want to have.
no, we
3
don't,
Everyone has a chance to provide input.
right.
One question for you. So 2 things actually. So no other bids. Did Republic, did anyone hear anything from Republic?
Yes, they gave us a letter saying, they gave us a nice folder, and in it was a letter that said,
Thanks, but no thanks.
Thanks, but no thanks.
Yeah.
Why? Did they say why?
They just said they didn't want to bid on it at this time.
Man,
I
okay.
know.
Do we know?
Well, I was excited when I saw the binder or the folder. Yeah, and Bill, you saw it as well. I was
Yeah.
like, yay, Republic. Oh, darn. Yeah,
The guy from Rumpke sort of explained that they don't have their own, dump facilities and
Right.
handling facilities, and they have to sort of offload to somebody else and it has to be hauled away. I guess he was trying to suggest that, it's not as easy for them to be competitive, but yet on the other hand, they're collecting garbage in Madeira. So I don't really see the
well, you
problem.
have to wonder if the lanes entered into it at all.
Yeah, because I was surprised by the people that Rumpke gave as references, because a lot of them are a lot bigger. I mean, Glendale's is our size and Deer Park's our size, but everybody else is pretty big.
Right.
And so I was like, gosh, that wasn't as much. I don't know the answer to this. Do we know who like Terrace Park and Fairfax or Newtown use? I mean, again, we can't open this up. I'm not trying to open it up. I just,
Terrace Park uses Rumpke.
okay.
A Newtown, I'm not sure, but I know Terrace Park uses
And
Rumpke.
I know
But
Fairfax.
they actually sent me a copy of their invoice.
Okay, and I know Fairfax is going through, what's that one, the league thing in?
Yes, the league thing.
What is it? Yeah,
Center for Local Government.
there we go. So I
There
know
you
there
go.
was a Center for Local Government. So, okay, well, I mean, again, we only have one bid, we have one choice. It's like, okay, curb.
Yeah, A or B. Yeah, City of Montgomery. Yeah.
Blue Ash.
Blue Ash, Deer Park.
City of Cincinnati. It's like, well, I don't consider us in the same league in terms of that stuff. Anyway, okay, it is what it is. Anything else to discussion wise or? So Avi, to your point, yeah, I'm sorry, this is the other part of this, the other leg of this is in Finance Committee. And as Bill said, it's not just sticker, no sticker, it's also, is there any increase associated with so that costs are totally covered or not? So there's 2 other elements that need to be discussed.
It's just hard, I think, looking at them, everything separately. I understand. I just think.
Yeah,
Well, I think if in this bid, the sticker had any, because we did ask, if we eliminated the sticker program, what impact would it have on the bid? We did specifically ask that. And you can see that it says it would not change the rates. If it did change the rates, this would be a whole another conversation, but
I mean, there's just no extra effort for those guys to tear a sticker, off a can. I mean, there's no way to adjust for a labor difference or something, like that, but.
Yeah,
Yep.
and sometimes they do, and sometimes they don't.
and sometimes they don't. Yeah, exactly.
I mentioned it. Bill, you were there. I said that to Dean. I said, we've got, sometimes they're on there, sometimes they're not. Sometimes if they're not on there, they take it anyhow. Sometimes they're laying in the middle of the street, stuck to the ground.
Yeah.
So he said he
sometimes
talked.
there's cash involved.
Oh, yeah, and Bill had to throw that out, that perhaps they're,
I mean, Avia, I agree with you. It would be a neater, sort of a tidier package to basically combine all of this in one and give a presentation.
Right.
Way back, we sort of embarked on two separate pathways of looking at this. And at this point, I'm not sure we can bring them back together, to make this, we've really got to sort of decide this contract, because there is a time element here.
well, and I think that there's a lot more extenuating circumstances and angles for the sticker as there is for this decision. A lot more variables when it comes to the stickers.
Yeah.
We need to stop talking about stickers. Not on the agenda.
Since it's not in this committee even.
But we got two links.
Yep.
Um,
Okay. So what do you want to do?
I am going to make a recommendation that we go with option 2 and move all pickup, solid waste and recycling to the curbside.
I would second that motion. Do you want to vote on it then?
Anybody else want to make a comment?
Just
Okay.
that we recognize that it's, that some people, really do prefer to have it behind the street. Some really do, and I understand that. I think a lot of people end up still having to take it to the street, even though they do pick it up from the side, and we're paying extra,
Right.
whether or not it's because it gets forgotten. I mean, we've had to move ours now instead of being directly behind, just over to the side, because they just kept forgetting it. A lot of people, and so it's either whether they're forgetting it and they're not actually coming around to the back to get it, or if residents don't know and they're just dragging it to the front anyway. So I would just,
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a
And I
lot
was
of the feedback I've heard is people are like, oh, we didn't even know that was an option. So
Right.
we're paying a premium for something a lot of people don't even know
Right.
about.
Let
and
me
the third component,
add one thing. I'm sorry, Abby, go ahead.
I was just saying my third component to that was just, when we made the decision to have recycling at the street, for good reasons, the aesthetics of not having trash on the street changed. I mean, we're already have recycling bins up there.
The street.
What's one more? I mean, that's I just wanted to state my reasonings.
And that's why I wanted, the curbside option to have it where the container is provided by the contractor, so that it is at the street, but there's still a look of consistency,
Right.
rather than having, 5, 6, 7, 8 different containers sitting out at the street.
I do have one question, but Bill, I interrupted you, so go.
Well, I was just going to say, I know that there will be to your point, Avia, there will be certain circumstances where there may be elderly or people who simply cannot manage it. They just can't get it down there. And probably, I'm not really sure what the, logistics or the particulars of it would be, but we should probably try and, organize volunteers, neighbors or something, that if somebody can't wheel it down there, that there's a neighbor, a Boy Scout, I don't know, me, that would go over and basically, and Rob will be there to back
I
me up
nominate Bill.
And- and assist people to get it down to the, to wheel it down. I do understand that not every single person in this village may be capable of getting it down there. So arrangements will have to be made. That's all I'm really
Right.
saying.
Yeah.
And then I just had one question before we vote. And I'm sorry, because it's a little bit on sticker, but they're providing the container. I was just looking to see, is it like the big container that you have to have 2 stickers? And so that's kind of like, if that's the case, I mean,
Well,
that's something,
yeah.
maybe we don't discuss it here, but it's something to take in consideration, Rob, and your committee.
I think, Avia, they said it, and Kelly, we were both there. It's the 65-gallon size container.
Right, it's the 65 gallon. Yep.
And that's the one that takes 2 stickers, correct?
Dean said 1.
I think it's just 1.
Yeah.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure we had, and if there is, that should just be
No.
something that's discussed in your committee, that's all.
Yeah.
That would be huge. That would be huge if they're
Yeah.
forcing us to buy one, get one with 2 stickers and be like, no, 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 no. we
Because
can't.
I know with us, we have 2 trash cans, one's a smaller and one's a bigger, and whenever we use the bigger one, I have no idea how many gallons on it, or have to put 2, so. Okay, that makes me feel a little better.
Yes, yeah. Thank you for asking a question, because yes, I would not have voted for it. If we had to force people to put 2 stickers on every one, I would not have voted for.
I wouldn't have accepted that option.
Yeah.
I would have said, Dean, no, try again. Okay, so I move that we do option 2, move the waste collection to the curbside.
All in favor?
Aye,
Hi.
Well, I'm in favor of it, even though I don't get a vote.
you don't count.
Yep.
Go take somebody's trash out, Bill.
And
Okay.
That keeps telling me that.
Aye,
Make
aye,
yourself
aye,
useful somehow.
aye. You know how they say somebody's in the doghouse when they're in trouble? Unfortunately, Bill, you're in the cat house.
I'm in the cat house.
You're in the
Not
cat.
bad house to be in certain countries.
Yeah, okay, whatever. I knew it. All right.
I have no personal knowledge of that.
Okay.
I couldn't hit the mute button quick enough. Okay, so we're
No.
good?
Good. So you're writing up the report and we're getting it in for this Friday's packet or whatever?
Monday, yeah, for Monday's meeting.
And I know Joni's been asking to try and make sure we have the signatures there, because she came to me last night at the meeting and asked me to sign some stuff, because, when they're presented to council, they're supposed to be all signed at that point in time.
Right.
You know.
I
She's
get
also
it.
requesting.
I go by Avia's house every day. I go by
Rob's.
Rob's house every day.
I don't go anywhere.
Now
Noon by
tell-
Friday is the cutoff.
What?
Noon by
All
Friday.
right.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay,
kid,
good deal.
Okay.
party's over.
Okay.
Bye, guys.